That's the Drake. Hi, the Drake. Previously Mandrake, but I'm not saying that. Anyway, so I'm here with the 7 Hertz Timeless, which I'm pretty sure I praised the living fuck out of when I reviewed them. And for good reason. I thought they sounded like Sundaras, but IEMs. And I don't know if it's just time, because it's been a while. It's been 6, 8 months. And so much has happened. And these were like a planar, and it was a rare thing to have like this, oh my God, this little planar and actually sounds good. But I'm sitting here and I'm just staring into the void going, maybe tubes. Wait. It could also be the fact that about an hour ago, I reviewed the Manguard T2s, which are phenomenal. So whatever you're going to follow up with that is always going to be like, oh. It's like, oh my God, have you had this 5-course French dinner? Oh, it's amazing. Oh, by the way, now review my turkey sandwich that I made. I'm really good at turkey sandwiches. And that's kind of what these feel like. These feel like I'm reviewing a turkey sandwich. And not to toot my own horn, but Z12 does now exist for less than this cost when this is on sale. And it's also a planar. We've got the Stellaris, the Moondrop Stellaris, which just excites me to no end for how cheap it is. And then I got a whole box of planars that are like now encroaching down to this like $200 area, or even sub $300 area. I'd put them all in the same sort of category. And I'm listening to these, and they don't have any real, like the low end happens sometimes, but it doesn't happen as often as I'd like it to happen. Like I'm expecting it doesn't happen. Which if I was comparing to Sundaras when I did these, which I think is what I did, I was like, that's fine. But then it would be open and airy sounding. And these are not the most open and airy. The Stellaris beat them a little bit. And then Z12s, they're more up there. And then the low end, which I tuned in. So it's like, if you own the 7 Hertz, if you own these, don't fret. When I reviewed them originally, they were as good as I said they were. It's just nowadays, comparing to like everything that's come out, I don't fully think I could be like, oh, these are the greatest things in sliced bread. If these dropped to $100, you'd have to fight them against the Stellaris for $10 more. And I'm pretty sure they'd lose. It's all about the perception of time and where we are. So, I mean, right now, they're sitting here on Linsol for $200. Is it price change when I change the connector? No. You only get one wire. That's another thing, like, again, C12, whatever. C12 comes with the Chimera cable, so you get, like, the upgraded cable with the different connectors. This you have to pick. You want a 2.5, a 4.4, or a 3.5. And the wire is okay. It's like cheap IEM okay. It's got some cool red. Like, it's red and it's got silver. I don't hate this cable, but it's certainly not the nicest cable I've ever had. It's MMCX too, which I think is required for this sort of design because you need this to like adjust in. It's a circle. It's aluminum. You know what really throws me off is these are the Timeless. I did the Eternals, which were way more money. And I remember liking these enough that I was like, oh my God, the Eternals are going to kill it. And they were one of the most boring IEMs I've done. Like boring, like fucking, like depressingly boring. And these sort of things are probably what inspires me to pick the sort of tuning I pick on the IEMs I'm doing. SA6 is about to launch in like a week. The new SA6, which is like a $600 IEM, so it's not really comparative. But like, I listened to the originals and I'm like, all right, I want these to be as little boring as possible. And that's what I tune it for. And these, while they were good back in the day, and I was like, this is like, oh my God, I can't believe it. First of all, it was a planar that you could actually power. I've already reviewed the tin P1s and the tin P2s here, and you need a speaker amp. And this is just perfectly fine on any other amplifier. My phone will power it. Look, you plug it on top of my phone. I have a Sony phone, so I could plug it and power it on that. It was amazing. It was an amazing little feat that they could pull off. And it wasn't offensive. It's still not offensive. Like, I don't want to give these like a negative review now. I don't want to go 180 and give it like a these are terrible now because my IEM exists. But I wouldn't take them over what I have, over what I can swap to for the same price. It's a price to performance. The ratio, one of the categories of when I start comparing these, like in a Doug score way, is going to be the ratio. Just that's it. And it's the ratio of price to performance. And if something beats the ratio, it gets high marks. If it's right on the money, it's whatever. And then if it's just low, this is lower. It's too low. There would have to be a Timeless 2, which would be weird because if it's timeless, it shouldn't have her. You understand how that works? It's like the last movie ever. 2. Well, then what you were lying about the first one. But yeah, no, this would need a severe upgrade, a serious upgrade to remain on my like super duper recommendation list. And it was easy to recommend these because it was like, oh, they're a little base light, but they sound open and airy and natural. And now I know they don't sound as open or airy or natural as they could because months have gone by and new stuff's come out and new stuff's cheaper. Stellaris. If you don't think I'm shilling for the Z12, fuck it. Go all the way down to the Stellaris, right? $109 if you have the 7 hertz timeless. They're still good. Like they're not like, oh my God, these are offensive. They don't compete today at that price. They need to drop these to like $80. Seriously, like that low to have me be like, oh yeah, full recommendation. Because at 200, there's like 15 different options. Wallpaper in the Horde. Patreon Subscribe Star. If you don't like these videos, join my Patreon or Subscribe Star. Tell me. You also get to see all these videos early when I produce them. Check out the sponsor links that are pinned at the top of the description also. Those change all the time, so you never know who's sponsoring me. So you might get surprised. Or you might not be surprised. I don't know. We'll find out. I got to feed that cat, so thank you for helping me out. Him and his brother are in here. Swedes around somewhere. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. The next, it's just a next. I have to go through my box, and this was here, and now it's next.